Hundreds of violent criminals are on the streets of Memphis.
But nearly every day, a group of men and women gear up before the sun to arrest wanted criminals.
FOX13's Zach Crenshaw joins us now live from Memphis. Zach, you got exclusive access during a ride-along with the Fugitive Task Force.
Yeah, as that fugitive task force went door to door, apartment to apartment, Merle, looking for the worst of the worst criminals in Memphis, Shelby County, and the surrounding area. Now, very few ever catch a glimpse of the men and women while they're in their tactical gear. But as you'll see, you don't want to see this group outside your door. On a foggy Friday morning in a gas station parking lot, 8 U.S. Marshals gear up, then huddle up for their first target.
Chris Diaz.
A known MS-13 gang member.
His nickname is Psycho.
Psycho?
Right. He has a very extensive violent history.
Diaz's charges made him a priority for the Fugitive Task Force.
Second-degree murders, employing a firearm with intent to commit a felony. He's also wanted out of Florida for several charges.
Criminals like Diaz are the norm, though.
We try to pick cases that are significant. We only deal with violent crimes or sexual crimes.
The Marshals got intel Diaz was back from Florida and staying at his mom's house. For minutes, no one answered the door. Sleeping neighbors answered first.
You seen this guy?
He's an MS-13 gang member.
He would have just arrived.
Never seen him.
Eventually, the Diaz family came outside.
Hey, is Chris Diaz here?
Yes, he is.
No Chris, though, so Marshals went inside. Minutes later, a 5-year-old girl walked out.
Come on, sweetie. Go here to your mama.
Eventually, the man charged with attempted murder emerged in handcuffs.
Well, we found him hiding in the closet.
For every violent criminal that gets locked up, another is still out on the streets. I want to ask you about how you choose which case to run on a particular day.
One is the severity of the crime, and the other is like how likely we think someone is at the place.
The Marshals hit their next place quickly.
Here's a picture of him. Daryl Shields. He's wanted for aggravated sexual battery and aggravated sexual battery by an authority figure.
After multiple door knocks and consulting a neighbor, it was clear Shields wasn't home.
We're going to go on and look for him somewhere else or maybe another day.
They never had to, though. Shields turned himself in a week later. There are a lot of misconceptions about U.S. Marshals.
It's not always, like something you see in a movie. There's a lot of paperwork involved.
And a lot of dead ends, like the last target of the day.
The guys went inside, talked to the family. They say she's not here. They say she didn't know where she is. So we just have to move on, keep working it.
In June alone, the Fugitive Task Force arrested 64 people on 89 warrants. Next Friday, though, they'll gear up again. There's always more work to be done. Now, the task force is made up of mostly U.S. Marshals, but there are other agencies involved, including the Memphis Police Department, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and the Department of Corrections. Now, the Marshal told me that what makes that so helpful is that the agencies are able to communicate about which criminals are most likely to reoffend and need to be taken off the streets fastest, so the Marshals can prioritize them and go after those offenders first. But it's not only Shelby County in our area. Any police department in the western Tennessee area can contact the U.S. Marshals, and they're especially helpful, as I mentioned, for going into Arkansas and Mississippi because they are not confined to any one particular area. It was really cool to get to go on a ride-along, and very tense moments when you're knocking on a door. You never know who's on the other side of it. Merle, Daryl.